Hey everyone, Candyman DRT here. Today I have a special video. It's going to be a knife only run in Resident Evil 4, and the goal of the run is to, well, see how far I can get with a knife only. I'm not going to try to only use the knife because there are going to be some parts that I will probably have to use a weapon, but other than that, the rules are no manual saves and no guns if they are not required, that is. So other than that, yeah, that's pretty much it. And if you guys like, then I would like to make this into a series. But other than that, please consider subscribing, and I hope you enjoy. Alright, with the rules and goal out of the way, I wanted to start off the run by making Leon and Ashley feel heroic. Since this is a knife-only run, I opted to equip the hero outfit on Leon, as well as the iron helmet for his accessory. As for Ashley, you know she's got to be wearing the armor outfit, as it's probably the coolest one for her, and I just put sunglasses as her accessory just for fun. With that out of the way, let's start this run. Put on the classic music too. Hey, the run starts off like any other Resident Evil run. I'm introduced to the setting of the game, and I am forced to traverse some dark, spooky place, wondering if there's anything waiting for me. Pass through these big rusty gates, and at this point I am mentally preparing myself for the challenges that I'm going to come across, and if I regret doing this run or not. But my first encounter is in this big spooky cabin, and it's just one villager, so I think I'll be alright. Here I'm introduced to the first of many villagers, and he's just standing there menacingly. Leon makes quick work of him, and long story short, I grab the key and I'm ready to get out of this place. After that, I forget that my pistol is equipped, so I quickly throw that in my storage to make sure that I only have knives and healing items. And I was kind of conflicted if I should have grenades and flash grenades because they could be useful, and well, I don't know if some parts are even doable without them, but I thought I would write it out and see if I can do it or not without grenades or flash grenades. This may change in the future, but for now, we're just going to stick to what we got. Now is the time that I encounter my first villager actually in gameplay, and I opt to go for, well, I tried to dodge him, but he ended up grabbing me anyway, so I just end up stabbing him with my knife, and I booked it straight for the door because I didn't want to be in that room with him for very long, and I know he gave chase. I moved over here to avoid the other villagers, and when he passed, I quickly made my way to the doorway, opened up the cabinet, and, well, grabbed the green herb, and I had a little scare there, because I got stuck on the cabinet door, and he threw an axe. But we're out of there, and it is time to roll. Now that all I have is a knife and healing item, I cross this bridge quickly, and I'm thinking about the loot that I'm going to pick up. I'll pick up gunpowder and ammo here and there, and even weapons just to sell them, because all I'm going to really need is healing items, knives, and, well, money. So I'm going to grab this gunpowder, and then I'm going to get on the save station, but we're not obviously going to be using the save station. I'm just going to grab a knife out of the storage and see if I can customize my case. For some reason, I accidentally put the Thompson in my inventory, so I quickly stored it and organized my inventory to make it nice and neat. After this, I go to the customization case, and I'm only going to be needing the gold case because I don't need ammo or anything like that, or gunpowder, and I'm just going to put on the green herb attachment because, well, healing is better and I don't need the handgun ammo. With all that done, I am ready to face off my first 3 real dangerous villagers. 2 of them have axes, 1 has a pitchfork. The first 2 are coming up around the bend there. And as you'll notice in the video, there's going to be a lot of parrying and knocking down because just stabbing them isn't always going to work. You're going to have to block them to avoid damage. This villager tries to jump scare me, fails miserably. I block his pitchfork attack and knock him down. He's a pretty easy kill. The other villager is running at me from the thicket, and I'm waiting for him. I turn around, block him. I didn't get the kick off, so I just stab him up. He pushes me, and I finally can melee him. I knock him down. He starts turning into a parasite, so I do the finisher on him, and I get my first bit of currency that I'm definitely going to need to hoard for this run so I can buy more healing and repair my knives. I get rid of this bear trap, and there's a little shack, and there's a villager with an axe in there. He misses the swing on me, and I also miss my knife swing, so I opt to just try to jab him to death. Luckily, I get the melee in, knock him down, and finish him off with a couple more stabs. The first 3 villagers are done and out of the way. I'm going to go ahead and loot up a little bit, grab some more currency, ignore the handgun ammo, and just grab the red herb for good healing, and a flash grenade, which I still don't know if I'm going to use. I might if the game gets too difficult or if I see fit to use it. But for now, it's just going to sit in my inventory. And now I'm ready to go to the village, which is the most intense part of the beginning of the game. So I am preparing myself, and I open these big doors, which lead me to this horde of villagers. I'm going to take the path to the left and kind of go slow and take a stealthier approach so the action doesn't start quite yet. Snag a green herb on the way, and I'm going to go ahead and stealth kill this villager as she's doing her daily tasks. I'm also going to stick around for just a second to grab a little bit of loot because every little bit counts. And yeah, my plan was to just run straight for the main building where all the action pretty much happens to try to, I don't know, get right into it, and you'll quickly notice it goes downhill fast. At first I try to run up the stairs, but then I forget I need to barricade the window, so I do that real quick, and then I make my way up the stairs. Once I get to the top of the stairs, I grab the shotgun, and for some reason I kind of panic because I try to unequip it from my hotbar, and I don't know what I was thinking. My mind just wasn't right, I guess. I'm always getting panicked at this part, even with guns, so now that I'm using only a knife, the intensity is building. After fumbling around with the shotgun, I finally put it in my storage, and yeah, I also make sure that my durability is good on my knives. One of them's about busted, so my options here are limited. I decide I'm just going to try to prolong the villagers from climbing up here by kicking down all of the ladders. This quickly becomes a bad idea because here in a minute I get grabbed by a villager and the chainsaw guy is just right there, and he decides to actually swing at the window, which I don't know why. So I end up finishing this villager off, getting him out of the way, and I tried to knock down the chainsaw dude, but of course that doesn't work. He shoves me out of the way, so I just decide I'm going to jump off of the roof here and just run laps around the village, hoping it goes well. The path ahead is pretty clear. I tried to kite the attention of the villagers by going this way a little bit to kind of make them move around to where they miss me. I nearly get grabbed, but it worked. And obviously I'm going to grab this loot in this box really quickly because every little bit counts. I'm going to vault over the fence and run straight up the middle because it's clear. I checked my health right there to see if I needed to heal. I'm good for now. I almost get jabbed by a pitchfork right here. She charges me. So I instantly just decide to climb up the ladder, and I'm going to immediately knock it down so I'm not being followed by anyone. And yeah, I'm going to stay on top of here and try to just keep knocking down the ladders. They're already climbing up. I knocked this guy down, ending his whole career, and then the chainsaw dude is over here, so I knocked the ladder down and stagger him. And there's a villager inside this building. I decided to jump in and just end his career real quick too, and he goes down really fast. I go back outside to check the ladders, and there's a guy up here already, so I'm going to have to knock him down. I did it with ease. I knocked down the ladder, and I go to check the other ladder, and I try to knock it down with the chainsaw guy on it, but as you see, I drop down, nearly get grabbed, then make a beeline straight for this shack over here, and for some reason the cow lights on fire and starts going crazy, starts chasing me, he's making loud noises, almost get grabbed right here. I book it straight over here, turn the corner, and there's a villager waiting with a pitchfork. Luckily, she's slow on the swing, doesn't hit me. And it's just like this for most of the rest of the section. I just run laps, go into the building, go to the top, knock down ladders as much as I can, and just keep running around. And I do this for a good little bit until the bell finally rings. Now I'm going to take this time to loot up the village, just run around. I'm going to speed up the video because there's nothing too interesting that happens. A villager does try to jump scare me here, but I make quick work of him and just continue my looting and preparing for the next section of the game. For this section, I'm going to try to stealth kill as many of the villagers as I can, and the first mini boss fight is coming up soon, so I'm preparing for that. I also think about doing the blue medallion challenge here, trying to get spindles, because upgrading the knife is actually going to be essential. But yeah, I'm unsure if you can even upgrade the knife at this point on standard mode. I struggle here, finally get this, make sure the cow doesn't rampage on me like the last one. Take care of this villager real quick. And this is the point right here where I realized that getting the spindles is going to be difficult, especially for the blue medallion challenges, because I can't even reach this one. And then when I turn around, I'm going to see that the other one is all the way at the top in a window, and it's just not reachable with a knife. Inside the tower, I get a hand grenade that I'm just going to save just in case. I quickly disarm the trap here, and I get my first yellow herb, which I'm excited about because I need the health increase. Right here's the point where the hammer guy breaks through the door, the mini boss fight begins. I get staggered by this villager, so I get her out of the way, and my strategy here is to bait the hammer guy to climb up the ladder, and every time he climbs up, I'm just going to stab him with my knife. I accidentally jumped down right here, and luckily he didn't hit me, but I climb back up, and I'm going to grab this resource real quick so I can sell it later down the line, and now I'm just prepared for him to come up here. I lay in on him with a few stabs, he blocks one, and then he proceeds to shove me out of the way, and I know he's about to attack, so I jump back down so he doesn't get any hits off on me. As you can see, he does a big slam there, and I just wait for him to jump down. I sit there and taunt him, then back up I go, and we just keep doing the process. As you saw, a villager tried to get involved, and there's another one coming to the door. But luckily I was able to get the hammer guy knocked down, and I knocked the villager off as well, staggering him. And yeah, I'm still waiting for him to come up here. He's a couple hits from death. I lay in some more hits on him, and right here he actually gets the better of me, and I don't dodge him in time because I got staggered, and he gets a nice big hit off on me. So I'm going to go ahead and use this brown egg to heal real quick to save my better healing items. And there we go. One slash and he's down. I take care of the villagers and proceed on. We begin the next section by moving this old wagon out of the way so it can reveal the path to the dynamite villagers. A big explosion happens, surprising nobody. I go ahead and take the path to the right, and I know that there's going to be a villager with a pitchfork around the corner here. I don't worry about the villagers on the bridge or the villager that comes up behind you. She charges me, I block it, and get some slashes in. She pushes me and completely misses. I miss a slash here, and then I hit her a couple times, and then I can finish her off. Sloppy, but it got the job done. Most of my fighting is going to probably be sloppy with the knife because in all reality I'm not that great with it. So I'm going to proceed through the tunnel and meet with the dynamite villagers on the other side. At first I was thinking about fighting all the villagers, but I decided that if I just go here and disarm this trap and loot up a little bit, I could just make my way and kind of skip all of them because I don't really have the durability or anything to take them all on at the moment. So I narrowly dodge an axe throw, get by this guy, and make my way towards the shack, avoiding all the dynamite luckily, and I kind of get into almost a scuffle with him, but he for some reason decides to ignore me, so it's time for me to go into the building. After jumping down to the dark tunnel, we are finally introduced to Luis in the remake, and yeah, that is going to be the end of the first chapter. And that marks the end of this video. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to continue this series in the future. I'm actually having a lot of fun with it, and hope to gain a little more traction from it, and yeah. That's about it for this episode. Hope you guys tune in for the next one, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.